Hi, my name is Lorena Nunez. I am a third year student here at PSU. My major is sociology and I have two minors. It's communications and Chicanx Latinx studies. So the reason why I chose to take this class is first off because it's required for the minor, but more importantly, both of my parents are Mexican immigrants, so I feel really tied to their struggles and I'm very connected to Mexican culture. I'm really proud of my background and where my family is from. So that inspired me to want to have a career that helps other people of color, but particularly immigrants. Um, and so that's really why I was excited for this course and this class. And I'm from Santa Cruz, California, so I have a lot of experience with the Chicano culture in California that I think also really inspired my, just desire to want to work with these communities. And so the country that I chose to focus on was Guatemala. And the reason why I chose this was because when I was a freshman, I actually studied Rigoberta Menchú, which is a Guatemalan activist. She's an author but an activist for indigenous rights. And I just remember learning about her and just being really inspired by how powerful she was, especially as an indigenous woman. I think that in Latin America, there's a lot of racism and discrimination in that realm, but there's also a lot of machismo that is, making it hard for women of color to really get far in education and get far in government. And she was able to do that. So I was just really inspired by her as a woman of color myself. And so she has written many books. Like one of the most famous ones that she has that we focused on in my class back in my freshman year was I, Rigoberta Menchú, which is kind of her life story that she lays out, some of her work. But she's written other books as well. And the quote that I chose to focus on is La paz no es solamente la ausencia de la guerra, mientras haya pobreza, racismo, discriminación, sorry about my Spanish, y exclusión, difícilmente podremos alcanzar un mundo de paz. So in English, this translates to peace is not only the absence of war. As long as there is poverty, racism, discrimination, and exclusion, we'll be hard-pressed to achieve a world of peace. And I thought that this was really relevant today because, there's so many social justice issues going on that you really just want to focus on one, whether that's sexism, racism, poverty, climate change, all these like really important things. You can't really just try to fix one problem and expect there to be, a just world. It all really does collide with one another. And I think that this quote that I tried my best to read in her native language really does capture that essence. And yeah, I just feel really inspired by her, and I am inspired by many other Chicana Latinas, and I'm excited for the class.